Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the new and improved Podocasts. Through the highs and lows for 4 years running, the Podocasts have been here for you, bringing the victories and the defeats, the joys and the sorrows, and we're just getting started. I'm your show producer, Bella, the coordinator of the chaos. And if you want to talk to Scott, you gotta get through me, so be nice. Here at the podcast, we do it a bit different. We are all about the investment element of crypto. No hype, but rational and objective context of what we are buying and what we are selling. And we strive to be entertaining and informative while we do it. So strap in, fill your glass, and without any further ado, I give you the podcaster himself, the one and only Great Scott. Dazzle me, boy.
And Belle, thank you. Guys, I am the Great Scott. Look, it says it right there on the graphic. Linton made it for us. And welcome to the podcast. I don't believe that you guys are going to get your wish tonight. I know everybody's here for that. That's we don't really pack them in unless we have guests anymore, but I know you guys are all here for that. I don't believe that it's going to hit that magical number, but if it does, we will give away $4,000 in cash and another round of applause for winning Scott's money. It's you know what, Jekyll, it's been on a hell of a run. I feel very satisfied with it. It's actually not my big winner, man. My big winner has been Fetch. That was all that money, man. All that, whatever was left, the SIF chain drippings, like 400 grand or so that we moved over into Fetch at 6.5 cents. So that one's still my get me out of the SIF chain PTSD shit. But Jackal's performing marvelously. It's performing heroically. Everything over here in the cosmos right now is going up, so everybody's brilliant. It's always fun when it gets to a state like this that there's effectively no bad decision you can make. Now, I've of the opinion, and this is based on 25 years of investing experience, that it's a little bit more important what you do right now as opposed to what you did in the bear. Everyone loves the bear. I love the bear. That's where I buy Jackal at 2 cents. You know, that's where all of that stuff happens, is during the bear. And bear markets end. Now, I'm not even saying this one is, but it's trending very, very well. But it's creating a little bit of chaos out in the market right now, as you can see from up here. I mean, Territory is up 151% today. Noise, I don't even know what the hell that is. Pika, no idea. Mars, no, not really. It's not really one for the kid here. But everything is just absolutely popping off, and when it does, everybody starts to get this. This mystery, this euphoria. It's a crypto euphoria, and we forget what happened. That's probably the biggest takeaway I think I could offer here, is that everybody forgets what happened, because this is crypto. We live in a bubble. We live in a little goldfish 5-second memory bubble, and we don't remember that Osmo was 23 cents just a couple months ago. We don't remember that all the tokens that were struggling, the ones that came, the ones that faded. We don't remember that Wawa was a joke. We forget all about that, and we forget that Cerberus is, in fact, a dead chain. They're not even validators. There's nothing going on over there. But we forget all that because the market's good. Euphoria comes in. Everybody's smart. We're all making money. And you know what's going to happen here? This is funny. markets correct. They always do. And this one will as well. I mean, we kind of got a little taste of that the other day when Bitcoin just kind of decided to drop down to 40K. But people forget. They absolutely forget what it took to get them here to this current state. And it's up only. Diamond hands are coming back. You got to buy. Last chance to get at this price. Better hurry. Yeah. All that other good stuff. And yeah, it's just fun watching history repeat itself. That's all it is. Now, I haven't really changed that much. I still have a very large cash position, even in this market. I have a very large cash position because I'm an experienced investor, and an experienced investor is going to tell you to maintain a strong cash position because rushes end. FOMO ends. Everything ends. Then it corrects. Then you start finding your actual price of what something should be. But these skew numbers, these absolutely just tear up numbers when you get little runs like this. So all I would advise, if we gave financial advice, which we don't, all I could tell you about is what I'm doing is that I'm protecting my capital. Even in this, I'm protecting my capital. Now, I'm going savage on all of these. Everything that's going up that shouldn't be going up, I'm going absolutely savage on them. Big buys, 20 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand. And I'm taking out these big ass percentages. I'm realizing the profit and I'm walking away and I'm not looking back because when it gets like this, man, everything is an attractive buy. Twitter's aglow with all of the things that haven't pumped yet. And their rationale is everything's pumped but this one, so it's due. For some reason, that's a rationale, and it makes sense to people. You're right, it absolutely does. I should buy that right now. And people do. Then they come in, they pile in, everybody's, again, it pops off and everybody goes nuts. So all I'm saying on this particular one is maybe keep your wits about you. I know it's not good to preach temperance in a market like this. It's not good to say, hey, take it easy, be smart, pretend that you've been here before. It's not good to do that. It certainly doesn't play well on YouTube, but I'm going to do it anyway because I've promised to only give you guys my truth, and I don't tell you what to do with your money, only what I do with mine, and what I do with mine is protect it. I always going to protect it, man. One way or another, I'm going to have a strong cash position so that when it winds down, I'm right there. It's fine. It sucked. Look, we bled off. I burned everything else. I got cash left, and now let's take another look at it. So that's what I do. That's why we don't have a big audience. And the fact that I'm intolerable on my wins. I'm absolutely intolerable on my wins. That's a win. All right. In any way, shape, there is no measurable standard that you're going to look at where this thing was to where this thing is and say, no, that's not that's not an excellent win because it 100% was. So, and honestly, man, I haven't seen the big. I still haven't sold any. Just letting you guys know that right now. I still haven't sold a single jackal. I don't think I'm even. It's oh god, it's stupidly undervalued based on everything else that's happening over there in the legacy market as far as data storage goes. But that's my opinion, man. What do I know? So it was an interesting day for my pet project, that being Astrovault. It was a very interesting day today. And there's a lot of misinformation going out. Now, Eric asked to come on the show on Saturday. I'm sure he wants to just blast away. But I'm going to, it's the podcast, so I'm going to have my say first. They were absolutely railroaded here. They were 100% shellacked by the chain that they're built on, in this case being Archway. Now, there's not a lot we can do now. The vote is concluded. I mean, that's it. It's done. Here it is right now. That's it. The vote is done. All right. It was rejected 100%. 132 million said yes. And where was the no? 147 million said no, and 4 million went to war with them. That's basically what you get when you're throwing up a veto. So they said no. Now, it doesn't get really, really interesting until you start to break it out and you start to look at things like the voted accounts. That's plebs. That's you. That's me. That's all of us. And that 87.99% said, yeah, we're good with it. And 7.42% said no. But the problem is that these validators over here hold the keys to the kingdom. Now, most of these are Genesis sets, all right, because Whisper nodes didn't open up their own wallet to pull money out. They didn't do that. They're just a standard, a validating standard out here. Everybody wants their name up on the chain, so they come up, get big ass Genesis delegations, and they're going to vote however the core team tells them to vote, because if they don't, they're going to lose their delegation. These guys are not in it for the tech. They're not in it for the chain. They're in it for the money. And it's pretty much up and down the board here. So these are the guys that over here that actually control that vote, and they're the ones who said no. Now, what can I do about this? Nothing. There's nothing I can do about it. I voted. I voted my tokens. I voted my stake. We lost, and there's really nothing we can do right now. But there is something that I can do, and it's called sell all my Archway. I can dump every single token. I disagree with what they're doing. I disagree with their vision. I disagree with the way that they see it. I disagree with the fact that they effectively turned this into a Politburo. I disagree with the fact that Fucknut, the CEO of Phi Labs, who I trust about as far as I can throw, actively campaigned against this. Actively campaigned against this. Now, Pikachu was probably the one honest validator on this whole thing, and they did give a reason why they voted no. They said the core team and the core team and the chain are not behind this proposal. Therefore, we're voting no. He put it in the memo section. Clearly, somebody talked to him. So, because of that, I disagree with the way you guys are running the chain. You took the will of your people and you said, nope, we know better. We're going to do whatever the hell that we want to do. This is not a democracy. This is a Politburo. We are going to continue to control our validators through money, and they're going to vote the way that we say that they're going to vote. Now, that's fine. I'm not going to change the world. I don't have that kind of money. But what I can do is sell all of my Astrovault. I'm sorry, not my Astrovault. What I can do is sell all of my Archway. I don't have massive holdings, but I have a noticeable amount. And what I can do is sell all of them. That's it. That's the only action I can take at this point. If I disagree with the way that this chain is going, is to go ahead and sell it off. Now, the reason that I disagree with it is because there's one actual chain on Archway right now that generates revenue. I'm sure you guys, or I don't know if you did, but I think you might have joined me with interviewing Reese over from Juno. And I asked him one very, very simple question that we started the whole interview with. How much does it cost to run your chain? And his answer was approximately $2.5 million annually. Great. How much revenue does your chain earn? And his answer was $75,000 to $100,000 annually. So the longer Juno is in business, the more money Juno loses, because there's nothing over there that's generating revenue. Now, Archway has one thing that is generating revenue. That happens to be Astrovault.io. You don't have to take my word for it. They post their statistics. Here's their statistics page. So this is actual money that Astrovault earned, as well as all of the swap fees and all of the business they're doing over there. They've earned $233.32 thousand worth of protocol-owned liquidity. This is the money that's going to back up their token, that's going to go to Treasury, that's going to do all of these things. They earned all of that money just simply by being active with zero support from their own chain. So after they got it ready to go, after they fleshed it out, after they did all those things, they put up a proposal and said, hey, how would you guys like to trade some of your tokens for some of our tokens? That's the protocol-owned liquidity. We will take our tokens. We'll airdrop them to your stakers. These are the people that are supporting and securing Archway. We will airdrop them out. And we now have more Arch that we can work with to secure other trade deals with other chains, bring more things to Archway, bring more tokens to Archway, bring more attention to Archway, to do all of these things for Archway. And when push came to shove, Archway came back and said, nope, nixed. They nixed it. Griffin himself actively campaigned against it. And it's clear. He was on Twitter now saying, boy, we sure enjoyed the run, and it was just neat seeing, and look at our government's turnout, and yeah. He actively campaigned against it. He literally came out and said, nope, we don't want this. Don't want it. It's not going to work. It's not doing anything, and we have a different vision. So I kind of got to ask now, and this is exactly the reason why I'm dumping all these tokens. I'm profitable on them, man. Look, I will do this with damn near anything. I wanted to support it because it goes and it's paired up so heavily with Jackal, so I wanted to support it in that case. But I think Jackal's getting to the point where it's standing by itself, doesn't really need Astrovault to hold it up anymore, so I have no problem dropping these tokens. But that's all I can do now. I do not agree with the vision of your chain because right now, the way I see it, you don't have a vision. None. The only thing you have on there that's generating revenue, the only thing you have that's generating revenue is Astrovault. Astrovault came out there and said, look, we're not asking you for money. All right. We're not asking you for cash. We're saying, give us your tokens. We'll give you some of ours. We're going to airdrop them out to your people. We're going to use this money so that we can set up other trade deals with other tokens, maybe such as Juno. Lots of other Cosmos tokens up there. We're going to get them here. We have something to pair them against, and then we're all going to get to work. But Astrovault looked at it and said, nope, that ain't working for us. That's not good enough. I don't know if they didn't bribe the right validators. I don't know if they didn't give them enough of a sweetheart deal. I don't know any of these things because I'm not privy to that information. All I can do is base what I'm saying right now exactly on what I saw, exactly what happened, and the results of the vote. And the results of the vote is they would prefer inaction and nothing than actually supporting the DEX that is built on their chain. They went with option B, so I'm going to go with option B. And in this case, it's going to just be dumping a whole bunch of Archway, man. It's nothing personal, all right? It's nothing personal for me. I will continue to support your projects if I ideologically align with them. If I think you're going the right direction, doing the right thing, then I'm going to come up and support your product. I have a lot of capital. I can do that. But when you actively work to undercut your own chain with no rhyme or reason for it, none, then you kind of leave me no choice here, man. Look, look, Juno. All right, I think Juno's the way. If it wasn't for the fact that Juno is broke, I got a hunch you'd have seen the announcement today that Astrovault is transitioning over to Juno. I personally think it's a better place for them anyway. I do. But you can't get around the fact that their token is dust. It's basically a meme. Don't have to take my word for it. Watch our last interview with Reese Williams, who came up there and said, yeah, man, if it wasn't for the current price action, we would be nothing right now. So kind of puts us in a bad position, but I can only answer the way that I can answer, and that is selling Astrovault tokens. And these are, let's see, what do we got over here? So these are current. I have a couple grand there, and I think I have some in a pool on this particular wallet. There you go. And we got another $12,000 worth over there. So we're going to sell off. Go ahead and just let $15,000 go. I would buy Jackal with it, but my Jackal is in more than good enough right now. So I'm just going to turn it into Noble. It'll probably end up becoming Dissenter. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. And for those of you who have never done a trade over here on Astrovault before, let's go ahead and show you what that looks like. So we're going to take that arch right there, and we're going to turn that into USDC Noble. And we're going to max it. I don't want to max it out. I got to leave a little bit of dust. So we'll do 11,250, just a couple grand. We'll run it through the visualizer, see how much that's going to cost me. 22.31, and I got 21.79 out, because they need more liquidity over here. Almost like something that they were trying to propose. Almost like that, so that there'd be more liquidity, so it wouldn't cost me $50 to make this trade. But I have no problem spending the $50 to make this trade because I want out. You guys made it very, very clear that you don't want to be here, that you don't want them there. I get to pay 61 cents in gas to make this trade, to sell your token, and honestly, I'm kind of indifferent about it. So we'll turn that into Noble. We're going to go over to this pool right over here. Which one is that? That's X Arch and X Jackal, right? Where the hell is it? Bell, do you see it? I don't see it. I know it's over here somewhere. I should just look for the dog. Hang on, guys. Where are we at? X Arch, X Jackal. That's that one right there. So we're going to go ahead and withdraw all of that. And if I can. Nope, that's Noble, isn't it? That's the wrong one. Hang on, guys. I'll find it. We're listening to, you heard the music we were listening to. We're already drinking. We were drinking before we even started this. I'm going to look for this, Bell. Do you got any questions or comments? There it is. X Arch, X Jackal. Yes.
We've got quite a few comments and questions. So the first one actually coming in from G Torres. Based on the song, Scott is drinking tonight, and with good reason.
Scott is absolutely drinking tonight, and with good reason. It's nice to make a whole lot of money, man. I don't know what else to tell you guys. We're in crypto. I'd love to change the world. I'm a big fan of all that. It cost me another 21 cents. to pull money out of their pool. This is funny too because that's the stuff that I bought a long, long time ago at 4.5 cents. And if you guys were on that stream, you remember those buys. So either way, man, that's just stupidly profitable. I've had enough. I disagree with what they're doing right now. So we're gonna have to get rid of a whole lot more of that Archway. All right. Anyway, carry on, Bell. Questions, comments, go.
New type. Scott, not to dox your age, but I'm seeing similarities from the 0607 financial melt up in the markets before the '08 crash. Do you agree?
There are a little bit of similarities in this one. The big difference between this one and the last one is the fact that we've already been through this, so we know how people react. It's not a matter of how the markets react. It's a matter of we know how people react and we know how to temper them. Now, the feds have already came out and strongly hinted that they're looking at 3 rate cuts next year of 75 basis points per. And that's a good thing to do during an election year. By the way, that's just naturally a very, very good thing to do during an election year. And yeah, it's going to make crypto pop. So the people over here are going to be happy. The people out in the legacy financial worlds are going to be very, very happy. And everything that we're doing here is just kicking the can further down the road. I'm sure you've heard that term before, but there's nothing wrong with hearing it again. That's what we're going to be doing here is just kicking that can further down the road. And is it going to melt down? Not in this case because we're not held up. We're held up now more by faith as opposed to like something like a mortgage-backed security. Now we're just held up by faith. And yeah, you could play around with that. You know, at lower interest rates, make the markets go up. People start to get really, really happy, and it is what it is. Hope that answered the question. Belle, please carry on.
Microman, Astrovault is generating plenty of revenue for me thanks to the Jackal pump. 60% ROI so far.
Oh yeah, man, you're killing it. If you're in this particular pool, right here, which they were nice enough to make for me personally, because I asked them for this pool, where right there. That's Jackal USDC. If you're familiar with the way an AMM works, and you're very, very heavy in one particular token, but you don't want to sell the market on the or sell the token on the open market because you don't want to tank the price. What you tend to want to do is look for something that's paired up with a stable token on an AMM. So what happens here is as Jackal continues to go up in price, and when we started these pools, Jackal was about 3 or 4 cents. There wasn't much in there. I started that pool with $50,000. That's $25,000 worth of Noble. That was my money. $25,000 worth of Jackal. That was also my money. But as the token continues to go up in value, the AMM has to do what an AMM has to do. So as one side of the pool goes up, has to balance the pool. So it slowly and very, very specifically will start to liquidate part of Jackal and turn it into USDC Noble. Now, that works wonderfully for me because what I'm looking to do is get a little bit more working capital without physically spot selling my Jackal. So as that number continues to go up, I am able to withdraw from that, never changing $50,000. I've never had less than $50,000 in this pool. But as it continues to go up and up, then I get to pull out part Jackal, and I also get to pull out part Noble, USDC. Now, I like USDC. This is a white hat way of divesting yourself of your position without destroying the position, without just spot selling Jackal on the open market. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is let it organically become USDC, and that's what you do with the pool like that. So it worked out wonderfully for me. Now, there's not a lot in that pool. I think it's about 70 grand, and I know 50 of it is mine, so some other people kind of started to figure it out. We don't want to just spot dump the price. I don't want to spot sell Jackal. I want to let nature take its course, let it turn into USDC all by itself. And then when it turns into USDC all by itself, and I come back over here to my dashboard, I see that I have a whole bunch of working capital that I can do whatever the hell I want to do with. I could use it to buy Archway. I'm not going to. I'm selling Archway. But I could use that to buy anything. And in this case, it's probably going to end up becoming Juno. Bit by bit, it's going to slowly drip in there into Juno because I want to see what's going on with that. I want to see if they listen to Reese and actually realize the problem that they're in. And if not, then at least I get to ride up Juno based on what Osmo's doing. So Osmo is coming up nicely. It's carrying Juno with it. That works for me, man. Anything that'll turn money into more money works for me wonderfully. Hope that answered the question. Belle, please carry on.
GJ, love Astrovault, hate the high fees of Archway. Is there any way they can leave Archway, especially after this corrupt turnout?
Is there a way? I'm sure there's always a way, man. Everybody can relocate. Anybody can relocate. So can they move around? Sure, they can move around. Will they move around? I have no idea. Eric and I talk a lot, but we don't talk about that, man. That's his business, dude. I'm not trying to come up here and like get insider information or anything like that. I don't need it. All right, I can successfully trade with zero information. So what is his plans now? I have no idea. Tune in Saturday. Maybe you'll hear something. Odds are good. If I had to guess, and it is the podcast, I'm allowed to guess. I'm going to guess that they're going to put the prop up for anywhere between $250,000 and $500,000. They're going to settle for less because I don't think anybody else can really pay him right now. I don't think Juno can. I don't think Neutron wants to. So I think they'll just come up there and settle for less. They'll be a little bit kowtowed. I hope they don't. I just hope that they don't do it to the point where they're selling out. And I don't know, because if they do, I have no problem saying what's on my mind. And I will absolutely give Eric the business for that. You guys know I'll do it. Hope that answered the question. Belle, carry on, please.
User ICU, drop that zero, Arch, and get with the hero, Jackal.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been doing it forever and ever. I'm not going to buy up anymore, guys. I don't think you understand how much of this. I own I'm very, very comfortable with my current Jackal holdings, and I see no need to really exceed those, because if I want working capital, I don't want to have to clear out positions that I'm long on. Long positions, meaning like my Jackal, my cash, so forth. Deep in, guys. I'm all about deep in. So I don't want to have to clear out those positions if I happen to need working capital. But like dropping Archway, got no problem dropping Archway. Dropping Juno, got no problem dropping Juno. They're bigger ecosystems, man. They can handle it. They can handle my $250,000 trades. It's not going to bury them. So yeah, we can. I can do that too, but the problem is that you can be too heavy in a token. Diversification is important. Let me show you a different wallet, you guys. I show this on the Patreon all the time, but let me show you a different wallet and what I mean about diversification. So this is actually our 5K wallet. It was $4,700 we started this wallet with, and its value is currently $41,709. We started this wallet mid-September, I think. We just kind of started as a lark. I grabbed dust from all my other wallets. We stuck it in here and we said, hey, let's 10x it. Let's do that, Bell. Let's start with 4,700 and turn it into 47,000. So we're on our way, and it's been doing very, very well. But what I mean by diversification is that these are the different holdings in it. Now, the only two holdings in here that are untouchable, one of them is the Jackal. And if you go back to the very first video, it's on our Patreon channel, and it was put out about mid-September. You're going to see that Jackal was sitting at about $1,400 at the time. Clearly, it's gone up. We've had a really, really good run. So Jackal's the only untouchable. That's one that we don't move, we don't sell, we don't do anything. That's the one that's going to set us free. But everything else up here, we've been in and out of. Now, Osmo, I will do $5,000 buys at a time now because the wallet's big enough. I have enough cash that I could take the licks on that one. But I've been in and out of Osmo right over here since that thing was about 30, 40, 50 cents. So I've just been moving in and out of it. When it's going up, I'll buy it, I'll write it up, I'll take the profits, I turn them into something else, and when it's no longer going up, I will dump it. They have massive liquidity pools over here, so the slippage is nothing. I mean, it's absolutely nothing. $20 on a $5,000 buy, happy to pay that. I'll do that all day too. But I scalped into the Juno. Now, Juno is the recent one. This one kind of put us over really, really big, and you can see that right there. So Juno was the one that kind of ran away for us over the last month or so. Right in here, I was scalping everything in. All the short-term profits that I got, I was taking them, and I was just putting them in Juno. And then it did this. And then all of a sudden, that thing popped off. And it was to the point where I was taking thousands and thousands of dollars worth of Juno, liquidating that because I didn't want to go over 3,500. That was my cutoff on that. So I was liquidating here anything over 3,500. I was liquidating it down. I was turning it into something else, such as a cash, or such as Tia, or such as Whale of all things, Atom, Dissenter. Dissenter is the other untouchable one in this one, but I set that limit at $1,400. Anything over $1,400, I liquidated it and turned it into something else. Now, when we made that initial buy, Dissenter was .0035. So clearly it's up. It's up big. It's up a whole hell of a lot, but I'm not going to abandon that position. I'm going to hold it there. I think they still got a lot more room to run. But anything that goes over there, I turn it into something else, such as Ethereum, such as Arise, such as Flix, such as Bicana. Oh, the Archway's got to go. We got to turn that into something else. Slippage is brutal over here. There is nothing here. So the slippage is brutal. I mean, look at this. If I wanted to do 400, it's going to cost me $20 to get rid of $400 worth of Archway. I mean, that is incredibly high slippage. So the only way I can successfully get rid of this realistically is to take it, move it over, and send it over to Astrovault, liquidate it there, and then bring it back. So it's a lot of trouble. I don't think I really want to go through it. It's not worth my time. It's not that much money. But eventually that will become anything else because, again, I'm done with them. They make bad decisions, man. I don't want to be invested in a chain like that. But yeah, that's where all of that becomes something else. It becomes Flix. It becomes Bicana. It becomes Secret. Secret's a new one that I'm pushing into. So anything that I scalp on this wallet, and it's pretty substantial, man. We're pulling about $1,000 a day on this wallet now, just in scalps, and it's all going to start going into Secret now until I find something better. But I want to get about a $3,000 or $4,000 Secret position in there. No, I'm not staking any of it. It's not the purpose of this wallet. It's not the purpose. The purpose of this wallet is a pure day trading wallet, and to see what you can turn $4,700 into based on pure day trading and very, very aggressively doing it. That's the purpose of the wallet, and that's what we're doing with this one. So anyway, guys, I got a bit of a headache tonight. I don't want to do a live read right now. For those of you who are sticking around for the Jackal, for the big Jackal giveaway, I don't think we're going to hit it tonight. It's actually coming down a little bit, so we need an entire penny to give away that money. So if you're just sticking around for that, I don't think we're going to hit it tonight. We will eventually, maybe by Saturday if we luck out, but we're probably not going to hit it tonight. Aside from that, guys, look, this is the rest of the stream. We'll get your questions. I'm talking about money. This is what we do at our absolute root. So if you guys could please, I got like 1,900 messages here. I got to check a couple of them. If you could please give us 60 seconds, we will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm a little bit shocked with the amount of people that we have tonight. You know what, you guys? Help us out. Help us out. I never really cared about YouTube. Now I care a great deal. As long as you are paying CryptoCito, or as long as you're paying him $10,000 a month to make videos, I care a great deal. I don't need it. I make a hell of a lot more trading, but as long as that's the voice of the cosmos, we're going to continue to broadcast, because you know what? There's more than one way to do crypto. But you guys can help us out too by sharing, and subscribing. But hit the thumbs up. I'd sure appreciate it. Bell, what else we got?
All right, user, I see you. Scott, what do you know about Jackal's partnership with Microsoft? I noticed Patrick mentioned a few hours ago on Twitter that soon the partnership will be publicly announced.
I think it's Bybit, which is another one of their partners. But they found a way to, or discovered a way, or created a way, or built a way for the backup like Microsoft 365 using Bybit. I don't believe that it is a Microsoft partnership directly. It's not like they sat down with Bill Gates and said, you know, this is great, man. We got to hack this out. But because of what Jackal is, and because of the fact that anybody can build anything on it, if there happened to be somebody that had a partnership like that, and they said, yeah, we need storage. I mean, you don't even have to ask their permission. You can just go ahead and do it. But I think it was Bybit. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was Bybit, and I think that's the way that they happen to be spinning this. So if you're using this and using Bybit, and you use Microsoft 365, I think they're going to give you a backup option. They're using Jackal. And I know I saw them putting it out on Twitter. But honestly, man, look, I'm not going to put words in Patrick's mouth, man. If you guys want to hear it, just ask. Patrick will join us on the stream here if he's really got something good to put out. But anyway, hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
New type. We should have a proposal on which chain AXV should go to. I don't mind Juno, but would love to see them go to Psi.
Again, man, look, I'm not going to put words in anybody's mouths, man. If you guys want it, look, podcast Discord, just say at Eric and Eric will show up. He's like Robin Williams as the genie. He just shows up. What do you need? That's Eric every time. So no, I don't want to
Accurate.
it pretty much is, man. The guy lives on the computer, dude. Spend time with your. I'm going big screen. Spend time with your family, Eric. All right, the prop didn't go through. You have time to reassess. Now's a great time to do it. But yeah, man. If you guys got questions for those, man, Astrovault's got a great Discord. He shows up on the podcast Discord all the time. So knock yourself up. Knock yourself up. Knock yourself out. Bell, carry on, please.
Femex, how about Neutron? What is the reason for that? Is it fundamentals driven or just follow the trend?
It's an L1, man. It's another parking lot. L1s are missing it. They really are missing it up here. Now, what would I love more than anything else, and what would I personally fund more than anything else? Let me get Reese Williams. Let me get Eric. And let me put all these guys in a room with all of their coders and all their friends and all those other things. And I want to say, I want you to build me a consumer app driven L1. I want it to be fast. I want it to be cheap. I want it to be affordable. I want it to be open to everybody. I want it to be the way Juno should be, but Juno isn't. That's what I would really, really like more than anything else. And to be able to say you're not just building an L1 for the sake of building an L1 as a cash grab, because that's what most of these things are, but to actually build one and say, and these are the 14 different consumer apps that are going to be launching on this chain as soon as this chain is completed. Our validators are going to work for it. Our validators are going to have to be of a morally outstanding character, because we're going to be watching everything. I would rather fund, and I would personally fund it. To build a consumer app chain that is not bogged down by bureaucracy, because people, they love this shit. They absolutely love it. Like Juno right now with their whole board of directors and their operations board and all these people that have all these great ideas but have never built dick, that have never brought anything to the table. All they have is a whole bunch of ideas and no particular know-how, and they don't understand crypto. Not technically. These guys, they're wonderful. They understand it better than I do. But they don't understand consumer crypto, and that's a problem. I understand consumer crypto. You know what consumer crypto is? Token go up. People are excited. That is consumer crypto. And none of these things they don't give a damn about it. Archway is sitting there right now with millions and millions of dollars of VC funding. They're masters of their own domain. They're just captains of the universe right now. And there is nothing built on that chain. Nothing. It's going to do the same thing. They have an incredibly expensive validator set that they are paying out at least $1 million a year to support their own validator set. And right now they are generating zero revenue, none. Until we break that model, until we blow that apart, this is going to be our every single day, and people are going to continue to just get screwed in it. I'm not going to be there for the Archway one, man. Made some money on it. It's good enough. We'll carry on. Bell, let's do exactly that.
Fernando 2021. Hi, there is a possibility to tell us if someone has 10K, how you will distribute it? Thanks, great show. And then clarifying, I mean how to distribute 10K in the Cosmos ecosystem.
Yeah, I understand what you're asking, man. We don't really do that here. As much as I would like to, I leave the soothsaying and the financial advice to the people who don't make shit, to the people who cannot do what I do, because that's how they make their living. They make their living by you clicking, liking, upvoting, and doing all that stuff for the people who simply cannot day trade, who cannot trade the way that I do, who, as a matter of fact, will look at this and see it as a detriment, not a success. Yeah, but you're just getting lucky. Yeah, but you're just riding market sentiment. Yeah, but you're just getting hype. You're not believing in the products. Doesn't matter if I believe in the products. All right, doesn't matter. You know what matters from a consumer investment perspective? Token go up. More money tomorrow than I had today. That is what matters to me. I'm not telling you your position. So because of that, I leave the hype, I leave the pump, I leave the financial advice to the people who simply should be the very last people that are giving it. But it's just the way it is, man. It's just the way it is out here. If you want to see what I did with my money, go to the Patreon, man. It'll cost you a goddamn $1 a month. That's the least we could charge. And watch this series of me turning $4,700 into $42,000. And I guarantee it. I guarantee you I will take that wallet to $100,000. I guarantee it. I will turn that thing into six figures, from 4,700 to six figures. And at no time will I give you financial advice, man, because I didn't help you earn the money. I'm not going to help you spend it. I understand this seems like a cop-out, sir. I assure you that it isn't. I am just don't have that kind of hubris because I don't know your situation. I don't know what you're involved in. I don't know how important that money is to you. I don't know your risk tolerance. I don't know any of these things. And if I don't know any of these things, there's no way I could give sage advice, not in any world. Hope that answered the question. Sorry it didn't. Belle, please carry on.
Sir KJK, Scott, Bella, when you leverage, what philosophy makes you start a trade? What do you see or feel?
Pure market sentiment, man. Look, you gotta. It's work, man. I get it, dude. I know people go to Twitter, they go to YouTube, they say, "Oh, look how easy it is." It isn't easy. All right, no part of this is easy. It is a lot of work, and you have got to dig down. And you should know everything about an investment before you put your money on the line on it, because that's what you're doing every single time. So I'm going to look at market sentiment. Market sentiment is more important to me right now than anything else, than any kind of fundamentals. And how can I prove this? Because Cerberus is up, because Wawa is up, because the tokens that should not be up are up. But that tells me everything I need to know about market sentiment, man. People are getting nuts right now. They are making it rain on projects that should not be going up, and they're doing it simply because they haven't yet. I will absolutely dine on that information, man, and I will 30x that goddamn thing if they'll take it. Lavana is real good, man. They'll give me a 30x on damn near anything. And my only concern with Lavana is the fact that I can't make really big trades over there. They can't handle my volume. There's no way. Because if I move $150,000 in there at 30x, man, we're talking about a $4.5 million trade. And there's no way they can handle that. They'll take it. They'll be more than happy to take it. But when I hit, they won't be able to pay me off, because it's all about liquidity, liquidity, liquidity with the perp dexes. And none of these guys understand the concept of laying off a large trade. They have no idea what any of that is. And because of that, I can't do it there. I have to do it over on DYDX. They're the only people who can pay off the trades that I make. But it's going to be based mostly on market sentiment more than any other kind of fundamentals, because people understand Bitcoin. They know what it is. They at least are aware of it. They don't understand that it's a purely speculative asset. I will fight anybody on this. I'm 100% right. More people buy it than sell it, it goes up. Aside from that, it has no use case to itself. For all intents and purposes, it's a meme. But it's a meme that everybody knows. So I'm more than happy to use that information and apply it to my very own leverage strategy. So I'm going to be looking for market sentiment, what's hot, what are people talking about, what's going to be moving. And I make a lot more money shorting than I do longing. Take that for with a grain of salt for whatever it's worth. Carry on, Belle.
Jersey Fresh. Scott, has your opinion on Osmo changed since a couple months ago?
Nope, not a bit. Again, guys, we're looking at market sentiment here. All right. For some reason, at 23 cents, and it was at 23 cents. Wasn't that long ago. That's the funny thing. That's the crypto goldfish memory, man. For some reason, even though nothing really fundamentally changed about this from 90 days ago, nothing really fundamentally changed. But when that thing was sitting right there at 22 cents, and they didn't really change anything uh, aside from pulling back some incentives on dead pools. But nothing really changed. All right. It's still a farming token. It's still all of those things. I don't give a fuck all if it's worth a lot more now. It didn't fundamentally change the product. Now, am I happy to take advantage of that, ride it up, make a lot of money on it? You bet. I'll do it on anything. But as far as that thing being the saving grace, in fact, I was talking to somebody today, and he and I are definitely at odds about this because he's going on and on. It's going to claim its all-time high, and I say in no world will that thing claim its all-time high. No world. As soon as they come back and show that they're incredibly profitable with whatever model they have and nothing's changed, they will simply be mirrored off. It may not happen over here in the cosmos. It'll happen somewhere else where there's more liquidity, where it doesn't cost me $80, $90, $100 to make a $5,000 trade. When that happens, my liquidity will simply go over there. So have I changed my opinion? No. Is it worth more? Sure. It's worth a hell of a lot more. Tell me what's changed in 90 days. That's it. And this is a very important question you need to ask yourself before you start shoveling a lot of money in there. What changed? Because if the answer is nothing, then I would have to say, why is it so much more valuable now, aside from the fact that more people simply want it? It doesn't change the fundamentals of it, just that more people are holding on to it now than they were before. I say pile in, take advantage, make a whole bunch of money. I'm pulling thousands off this, tens and hundreds. Oh, I almost said it. I'm pulling a lot of money out of this, and I'm more than happy. Everybody should buy it. I think it's wonderful. Belle, please carry on.
Fernando 2021, you don't stake ever?
I stake Jackal. I stake Jackal. I stake a cash. Now I need the cash to pay for my cash providers. So instead of me paying out of my pocket, I just stake a great deal of it and earn rewards on it so that I can pay my providers. See, I actually use a cache. I actually have servers over there. The podcast is a little bit more than just a microphone and a camera. We're deeply involved in infrastructure and many, many projects, and we use a cache as our more or less our providers for that. I don't want to pay out of pocket for them. So if there's an alternative, I'm going to take advantage of the alternative. In this case, it's staking a lot of a cache so that I get a lot of a cache so that I can pay storage. I can pay providers to maintain the podcast network. So a cache gets a lot of my money. Jackal there, I have a stupid amount staked over there on Jackal right now, but I stake the Jackal to protect myself. The more tokens that I harvest are the less tokens that are going to be dumped on my head. So I actually do that one to protect myself. Fetch, I have millions dollars worth that are tied up there, and Bitcana, I have a lot of Bitcana that's tied up. Aside from that, there's nothing I can stake. I will make a much greater percentage day trading these tokens as opposed to staking these tokens. That's really where it comes down to for me. Hope that answered the question. Belle, carry on.
Femex, check Passage and what they are building. Very impressive. It's an IBC chain.
Yeah. And I'm familiar with Passage, man. I'm in and out of Passage. It's an active token. And I'm going to do the crypto CETO thing. Well, I'm an active trader, so I can never be down because when I'm down, I'll just put more money in and then I'm not down as much. No, I actively trade Passage. I'm kind of all over that one. 60, 90 days ago, man, that was the uncatchable knife. There were just people squatting on that token, just squatting on it. I know because that's what I do. And we're just wait for that little 30, 40, 50% pump, and we dump it all and just pull that thing right back down. So that's the uncatchable knife. But yeah, Passage is picking up a little bit. So they keep promising. There's a lot of bridges that are promised on Passage. I haven't seen any delivered yet. So once they actually start delivering, maybe I'll take it seriously. Until then, it's a plaything. And yeah, people need to keep buying it, man, and make me money. Hope that answered the question, Belle. Carry on.
Fernando 2021, are you still keeping Juno after the show Tuesday?
Yeah. I'm gonna wait and see what they do. Actually, I think it was Tank, who's now part of their council. I don't know, but he actually came up and made a little tweeter today, said that it's important that they reduce the validator set. I agree. It's very important that they reduce the validator set. They said 75. I think 50 would be better. Got to get their overhead down. But just the fact that they're talking about it right now gives me a little bit of inspiration. Maybe they're going to start going the right direction. They got to cut overhead. You make dick. It costs you $2.5 million a year to run this chain, and you earn $100,000 worth of revenue. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that tick-tock. It's happening right now. That clock is ticking, and you guys are dying. But the fact that I see people coming out and actually saying the right things, big fan. Big fan of that. Hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
Stephen Douglas, if Juno isn't an option, what other chains could Astrovault move over to?
None really. Neutron maybe, but I don't know, man. Look, I'm not gonna doomsay on this one. All I'm gonna do is vote with my wallet. My wallet says that they clearly do not see the market the way that I see the market. I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the room. I'm absolutely not. I'm just saying all I can do is sell my tokens. You come out, I disagree with your direction that you're taking it. I'm going to sell my tokens. That's it. But I'm not telling them what to do. What the fuck do I know? But where else could they go? Look, man, we're going to have Eric on Saturday. Ask him if he's got different ideas, visions, or if he's going to go back to him with if he's going to go Oliver Twist on him, and I think he might. I think he might come up there. Please, sir, may I have some more? I just need $300,000. Or if he does something like that, I'm absolutely going to call him on it. But, he's got a business to run. He's got people he's got to pay to, so I certainly understand it. I just, I'll disagree if that actually occurs, and you're going to hear about it verbally. So, where else could they go? I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they'll bend the knee and kiss the Archway ring, get whatever money they can out of it, and then just let the chips fall. We'll find out. Bell, carry on, please.
I see you. Thank you for answering my question, Scott. Do you think that Jackal still needs to increase their market cap before being able to be listed on big exchanges like Coinbase, KuCoin, Binance, etc.?
They got no business being on any of those exchanges, man. They're not that kind of token, dude. If you own Jackal and you haven't used Jackal storage, I would have to ask, why are you owning Jackal? The whole purpose of Jackal is to pay for Jackal storage. That's it. All right, it is a use case token. Now it's doing the crypto thing now. Markets are hot. Of course it's going to do the crypto thing. Everything's doing the crypto thing. But as it really transitioned from there into active storage contracts, more people using the product, I don't know. I don't have those numbers. If you really want to see those numbers, go to the Jackal Discord. I'm sure Patrick would be happy to put those out for you. But they're kind of in that middle ground right now where it's very, very interesting and a very, very hot market, small market cap token. People see a whole lot of upside, but it's not really the purpose of this one. And as far as them getting a central exchange listing, there'd be no purpose whatsoever. The reason that you would buy Jackal is to pay for Jackal storage. That's it. So if you're not using it, I would almost question why are you holding it. But yeah, I don't know. That's me. Hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
I see you. 30 minutes ago, Jackal Twitter mentioned about a new proposal which is up for voting regarding changes on its tokenomics. I'm not asking how Scott will vote, but would like to hear his opinions on it.
The big portion of it is lowering inflation, and I'm for it. Scott will be voting yes with his abundance of tokens. Got to lower inflation, man. Inflation needs to be at least part and parcel of usage of the chain. So if you have too much inflation out there, then it's great for liquidity. You're putting more into the market. Everybody's happy. There's always something to buy, but it'll devalue over time. And I'm not about devaluing over time. I'm about increasing value over time. And the way you're going to be doing that is by drastically lowering inflation. Part of this is it's really a two-part type of proposal. One part is going to be lowering staking inflation, which I think they absolutely need to do. And the other part is going to be how they're paying out storage providers, which is another thing which they absolutely have to do. So I like 90% of it. I can vote yes for 90% of it. That's good enough. So hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
Bud, thoughts on Bitsong? Chart is moving.
Yeah, I like Bitsong. I've been in there. I've been talking these guys up. It's pretty cool. It really is a cool program. Now I use it every day. It's one of their bitsong.io. Hang on, I'll pull it up for you guys. Bitsong.io if I could type it out. And this is the part that I actually use over here is the radio player. So if you come over here to the radio player, these are all blockchain. Well, I mean, it's handled through them, but these are all international radio stations that they actually bring up and host, and you can come up here and listen to. It doesn't cost you nothing, man. Like playbitsong.io. That happens to be my favorite channel right there, Virgin Radio Italy. A lot of 60s, 70s, and 80s stuff. It's all in American, but the DJs are Italian. So it changes it up real nice, but it doesn't cost you nothing to use it. I like what they're doing. I like the NFTs. I like the music NFTs. I like a lot of the things they're doing. Are they going to hit mainstream? Probably not. But is it a pretty neat thing, and can you make a little profit on it? I think you can. And I own Bitsong, so hope that answered the question. Belle, carry on.
New type. Have you bought back into Kuji or Injective, Scott?
Yeah. Now, I had originally bought into Injective so that I could pair it over on Ori, but they really bottomed out the APR on that, man. It's not even worth it to me anymore. But I make plenty of money flipping it. So I've been just day trading the hell out of both of those, Kuji and INJ. What are they going to do long term? I don't know. I don't care, man. Mostly Kujira is a lot of Terra mysticism, and it's great for the short term. It doesn't really play out very well long term because we all saw what happened. It's just my opinion, man. I'm not telling you what to do or not do. For me, I will flip it if it's going up. It's my favorite thing. When it's going down, it's an absolute piece of trash, but that's the way that I see it. Anyway, Belle, we're coming to the end of it. I got kind of a headache going on here, so let's lightning round whatever's left.
Yep, one last question from Monero Dinero. I heard that Evmos is making some big changes and upgrades. Time to accumulate the old Evmos, Scott?
I'm not crazy about it just yet. I know that they're moving back to Ethereum, so it didn't work out here, and they're moving back to Ethereum. I haven't seen enough out of them yet. That's kind of the thing, man. A lot of promised bridges and delivered dick. So that's what I continue to see out of them. They also have a very expensive chain to run, and board of directors are paying lots of people, and I'm just not seeing a lot of deliverables out of them. But that's me. You know, if it actually finishes up and they actually get something out there and the token starts going up organically, sure, I'll be all over it. I think it's pretty cool. But as far as me just committing capital, no, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, was that the last question, Bo?
That was the last serious question, actually.
Beautiful.
Old man was asking on being a smart aleck. I told him to take it to Discord.
Okay, well, talk us up, talk us out. I got that headache is just beating the hell out of me right now. So get us out of here, Bo.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic crowd this evening. We can't thank each and every one of you guys enough. Definitely keep the comments and questions coming. They do keep us on our toes and they do make us think. Now, we are going to be back on Saturday with Eric from Astrovault. In between now and Saturday, if you guys have any more comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to email Scott or myself, Scott@thepodcast.com or Bella@thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you guys enough, and we will see you on Saturday.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.